Hello everyone, welcome back to Pacific Front channel. A few months ago, we discussed how a guideline on the Royal Australian Navy's SEA3000 project disproportionately benefited the Mogami over the MEKO A-200. This guideline and the fact that MHI is allowed to offer the upgraded Mogami despite the DoD implementing a zero design change on the tender make the MEKO A-200 from TKMS an underdog in this bid. But what if, at this final stage of the bidding process, TKMS get a much needed help which can boost their standing in the project and skyrocket their chance of winning it? That's exactly what happened recently. And for sure, this new development just makes the competition more interesting. Who did they just get this help from and what kind is it? Let's find out in today's video. For context, let me remind you about a rule placed by the Australian government which directly or indirectly gives the Mogami a winning advantage on the project. The project is intentionally covered under the blanket of secrecy which prevents the media and the Australian public from knowing what they expect of it. Later, we know the government has placed strict guidelines on the SEA3000 that involve threats of jail for anyone daring to speak about the project. In an interview with Asia Pacific Defense Reporter, the Defense Industry Minister denied this allegation, saying there's always been a ban on companies disclosing things that are in their tender documents because they are commercial in contents and undermine the Commonwealth's position. And he added that both MHI and TKMS can freely talk about the Mogami and MEKO frigates that the Japanese and the Egyptians have. This is the main problem because the Mogami is operated by the country of origin and is highly supported by the Japanese government and industry. Meanwhile, TKMS bids for this project is operated by the Egyptian Navy. So understandably, the Egyptians won't reveal their ship's capability, and for sure, TKMS is under the contract of confidentiality to never reveal its secret to other party. This situation creates the public impression that this is a very lopsided competition. The government seems not to care about what happened and shows no interest in leveling the playing field. Furthermore, defense is also allowing MHI to offer the upgraded version of the Mogami, but it's rumored to have blocked TKMS from offering the upgraded MEKO A-200. But around 2 weeks ago, something surprising happened which boosts TKMS chances in the bidding process. TKMS and SAAB Australia signed an MOU to strengthen their strategic cooperation in the naval defense sector. The partnership builds on an established working relationship between the two companies and seeks to implement integrated sovereign naval solutions using proven technologies from both parties. The agreement aims to identify opportunities for cooperation on the MEKO A-200 frigate. A key component of the partnership involved the integration of the Australian Combat Management System or AUCMS developed by SAAB Australia. Already installed on several Australian warships, AUCMS enabled full interoperability across naval platforms while supporting operational readiness, training, and logistical sustainment. Through this collaboration, TKMS and SAAB Australia aim to offer the MEKO A-200 frigate tailored to Australia's specific requirements with AUCMS and promote local manufacturing and maintenance capabilities. This agreement certainly benefits TKMS and strengthens their bid for the SEA3000. By partnering directly with SAAB Australia and integrating a CMS already in service, TKMS significantly reduces perceived risk and complexity for Australia. TKMS has a long history with the Royal Australian Navy through the Anzac frigate. So a partnership with SAAB Australia, a trusted run supplier, reinforces that existing positive relationship. Moreover, the MOU emphasizes delivering a mature, low-risk, and proven solution which still aligns with Australia's requirement for accelerated delivery. For SAAB Australia, this agreement deepens their involvement in major naval shipbuilding projects in Australia, ensuring long-term work and continuity for their flagship product and enhancing their reputation and standing within the Australian defense industry. It must be noted that whoever wins the bid, SAAB will still get a contract for their CMS when the construction shifts to Australia from ship number 4. This agreement just accelerates that timeline if TKMS wins the bid. Meanwhile, for Australia and the Royal Australian Navy, Australia could minimize integration risk since they are already familiar with the CMS. This simplifies training, operations, and sustainment and ensures seamless interoperability with the rest of the fleet from day one. The agreement also promotes local manufacturing, maintenance, and integration, strengthening Australia's defense industrial base and reducing reliance on foreign entities for critical capabilities. I think it's not an exaggeration to say that this agreement boosts TKMS position. The government has indeed placed a zero dissensions approach for the project, but as we can see, MHI is now offering the upgraded Mogami while TKMS cannot. I don't say the government should force MHI to stick to their original bid because the upgraded one is more powerful than the original and Japanese shipyards will soon focus their construction on that as well. However, this opens up a loophole in the bidding process and TKMS seized this opportunity by quote-unquote eloping with the Australian CMS manufacturer. Fair to say, I think TKMS is allowed to do that. As we all know, the first 3 of the winning frigates will be built by the country of origin and will be equipped with the specification of whoever wins it. In this case, the Japanese specs on Mogami and the Egyptian specs on the MEKO. Neither classes use AL-CMS, so if TKMS offers the MEKO design with AL-CMS from the first ship, it will shorten training and integration time quite significantly. I think this aspect is something the Navy will pay more attention to rather than, let's say, the difference in armaments. The CMS that Mitsubishi provides for the Mogami, on the other hand, can still be used by Australia since they embedded English language software into it, and the GMSDF also uses Link 16 and 11 to maximize interoperability with the US Navy. But that's it. The CIC is likely to need some modifications to be suitable for foreign service. Some of the GMSDF networks are still in Japanese, which means some software and hardware changes will be needed, and the ships will need connectivity to ADF networks as well. Since at the end of the day, SAAB CMS will be embedded into the winning frigate, technically, MHI could also ask SAAB Australia to put the AU-CMS from the first ship. But according to the APDR article, Japan has taken a pragmatic approach to the Australian bid, delivering exactly what they have been required to produce. And when asked if they had offered the SAAB CMS, the answer was no, because Australia didn't request that option. It's kinda funny, isn't it? If only defense had included at least the AU-CMS in the requirement, Mogami would have had an easy win. But with SAAB Australia joining TKMS, the MEKO frigate now has an upper hand, offering network interoperability, familiarity, and an established local manufacturing base. I guess we can only wait to see who the winner is when the decision on the winning design is made before Christmas. What do you think about this recent development? Do you think it will have an impact on the decision-making process? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you want to know more about Australia's SEA3000 project, you can watch my full playlist right here. Thank you for watching everyone. I'll see you in the next one.